2022 here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So Joe Madden wouldn't kill a fly. Now her dog's going nuts. So it's her, if you see her table shaking in there, her camera, it's not an earthquake. It's the fly that ate Calgary. It's,
damn traffic.
Well, today the NHL playoffs begin. The NBA playoffs began yesterday, and the Dogs covering in both games in the NBA. Joe Madden nailed it exactly right. She said it would be a 1-point game. It was a 1-point game. I gave it out on the spread, and man, I wish I would have just taken the minus 130, and I would have been fine. And Brian took the points, so he was a winner in that one. But as always. It wasn't the Mets bullpen that got shellacked. It was the Phillies bullpen that got absolutely hammered. Alvarado, ouch. They showed that first pitch, 100 miles an hour. It was like, then the next pitch, 100 miles an hour going the other way. It was not pretty. And the Mets, it was, those baseball games, right? This is the thing about baseball, right? When they score 10 runs without hitting a home run, it just always seems way more brutal, right? It just seems like this long, drawn out. And this is why people don't like baseball, is because even when they're scoring runs, even the exciting part of the game, 10 runs without a home run is a lot of hitting and a lot of walking.
Absolutely.
It is.
Well, it wasn't a Scherzer type ball game, even for him. Giving up 3 runs or 4 runs, that's a ton for him. So
right. Well, 3 bombs, He challenged Schwarber twice and Bryce Harper once and lost all 3. And those were long home runs too. But the thing is that, man, they just, the Mets just picked on them. It didn't really matter. Pivetta probably deserved better there, but he did leave himself in a tough spot there to end the game. But anyways, the beauty of baseball, it is just one game, and I'll take it. I needed it for my winning day. I was 2-2 going in because the Warriors, Klay Thompson missing those 2 free throws. What was that all about? I had it at 2. At least if he hits 1, I get a push. He missed them both.
I thought he made 1 out of 2 at the end.
No, he missed both. He missed both. They were up by 1, and he missed both.
Oh, that's right. Because I was telling my father, I said, I just need him to miss 1 of these free throws.
Yeah, he missed. And then he missed both.
When Morant went to the cup, normally that's his. I mean, I don't know how he does it. He weaves his way in and amongst the trees and it lays the ball up. And I was surprised that he missed that shot at the end. But it was a great game.
I like our commenters. I like Roberto, but he's definitely a little bit of a drama queen. It's like every time the team loses or something, he just freaks out. And maybe betting might not be your thing, man. I like you. Seem like a reasonably nice guy, but man, it's like really you got to let the losers slide right off you, man. That's part of betting. It's like because sometimes they come in bunches, and it's like you got to know that your strategy is going to work to the end. Sure as hell not going to win every game, so you can't harp on those losers. I was 3-2 yesterday. I could have easily been 5-0. With the same picks that I had. Klay Thompson hits those 2 free throws, right? I'm 4-1. It's like I had 3 games over the weekend where I laid the run line and the team won by 1 run. I had, so I mean that. Oh yeah, this is all part of it, and it's like I know a ton of other cappers, a ton of other people betted on money line, and they all were winners on the same games. It makes it tough. It's kind of like in when you don't shop your lines. You have a game at 7 or 7.5, and somebody else has it at 6.5, and they win, you lose. We see it all season long. Brian's tremendous at shopping the lines. That's what he does. He concentrates on it all the time. And the yes run first innings yesterday, once again, man, yes is the answer. No is definitely the Nerfy is definitely the square bet, right? It seems like that is the square bet. That is the house bet, is the Nerfy. The yes runs first thing. You get to these guys early, That Giants Nationals, right? Again. Yurfie. I don't even know if that's correct, but.
Well, 2 and 3 for me yesterday. Just as far as the Grizzlies game goes and the Warriors, it'd be hard for me just to take. I know it's a win is a win, but laying minus 130 on the money line is tough for me in a basketball game. I would have laid the points too if I would have been back in Golden State because I'd much rather pay less juice. I know
it wasn't that much, but it wasn't that much.
Minus 130.
It wasn't that much. It wasn't that much, and it was more just sloppy on my part. I'll own it. It was more sloppy on my part than anything. That's really what it was. But we got 2 other games today, so we got a chance to certainly bounce back here. We've got the Heat taking on the 76ers. This line moved from 4.5 to 7.5 when Embiid was announced that he wasn't going to play. The orbital fracture. Really bad timing. You always want to beat a team at their best. And that really, I know that, teams are like, oh, yeah, that'll make it easy for them or whatever. But I think these guys, they're so competitive. They want to beat them with Embiid. It's like they don't want the pass. They want to earn it. And I think, this Sixers team is maybe being a little bit underestimated here, but it is a miserable spot, for them here in Miami. Brian, you love your dogs, and, the Heat certainly with Embiid out, everything went Heat. Even the people that don't like the Heat. But I don't know how they're going to answer because this guy is their answer.
I mean, for me in this game, I don't have a premium on the side or total, so I can, give it out here for free. Me personally, I've seen happen not all season in every single game, but lots of times when a star player's out, other guys step up. And to me, I just think the Miami Heat win this game by 6, 5. I just think if you're getting 7, 7.5 with the Sixers, I think they can keep it competitive. Embiid's their man, but they've got other guys that can score the basket. And I've seen this too many times. Everybody's super confident in the Miami Heat. I'll just take a chance here at the Sixers and the points. Just a small bet.
But, the thing is that generally you like to look at the money movement, and what I see is that more money has come in this morning on the 76ers to kind of swing it so that, that the money is definitely coming in on the Sixers side, but you're seeing the line go in the opposite direction, So it's gone from 7.5 to 8 in some spots now, even though the money is coming in on the Sixers, which is usually a really bad sign.
It is, but I just can't get in love with either side here. If you had a gun to my head, I would take the points to the Sixers.
Is part of that though, is that, you have to admit, as part of it, you just hate the Heat because I like them.
That could be.
I love the Heat. So come on,
but
Brian.
Look, I fell in love with the White Sox. I'm in love with the White Sox now. So I don't know.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't
You're wrong.
the Phillies or Philadelphia, the 76ers, win without Embiid back in March? Wasn't that 113, 106 game without him? Oh, there's the fly. Sorry, guys. Get attacked by this fly.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was out in that game. But Jimmy Butler is playing. Oh, my God, stupid fly. Jimmy Butler is playing so well right now. It's going to be hard for them without him, I think, in this one. So I think Butler is going to dominate.
Yep, Embiid was out in that game. So they've done it before.
Yeah.
Not in a
Absolutely.
Not in a opening round playoff game on the road. A little bit different, but
I think Tyrese Maxey's probably a key player in that.
Well, there's a lot of props out there, and I think some of the props are interesting because a lot of these Sixer props, the percentages show that they don't come in. But without Embiid, there's a chance that some of these guys will have to step up. But I think one of the things that we saw from the Heat in the last round that has to be scaring some of the other teams is that Victor Oladipo is starting to contribute more and more. We saw this the last game of the season for Oladipo when Jimmy Butler sat, and they sat all the guys, they'd clinched everything, and Oladipo took over there, and he had, I believe, I don't remember how many points he had in that thing, but having another star like that never hurts, especially when it's a guy who they want him to play somewhat limited minutes because he does have injury problems, so he's not going to be. It's kind of like how Bill Walton. So he had 40 in that last game of the season against the Magic, and then last time out with Jimmy Buckets out, he had 23 in that clincher against Atlanta when they beat the Hawks without Butler and Lowry. So they've won games without their star players too, and having Oladipo is a super big luxury because we've seen even in the bubble and in other playoffs series when the big guys go out. Remember Joker last year when he got ejected from the game, the deciding game. It was like a coincidental. It was a coincidental play, like one of those things. But like it qualifies under the rules for an ejection. It was like their best player in the second quarter is thrown out of the game. It's like, what do you do? It's nice to have. It's nice to have a guy like Oladipo. To come off the bench who can score 40, and when he's healthy is one of the top 10 players in the NBA, It's kind of like when the Celtics got Bill Walton. It's kind of like, it's a similar situation to when the Celtics in the 80s got Bill Walton, and they had Robert Parrish was their starting center, so there was no pressure on him whatsoever. But when he got in, and it was limited minutes because he was banged up just like Oladipo, very, very similar situation. And when he came in, though, it was 12 minutes of vintage Bill Walton. It was, Bill Walton, who also, not just, one of the better big men in the game, one of the best passing big men in the history of the game. So like when him and Bird would, try and show each other up with the passing, and it was, amazing, those Celtic teams. But, this should be a good one. You have
it absolutely should.
Any pick in this one, Joe, or you got a premium, or what are you doing?
I do have a premium on the side, but I'm liking the under as well in this. I think defense rules in this game. It's going to be the first team to 100 here. I think 208 is just too high. And then the couple of props I am looking at, though, James Harden, I think we can see him go under his number. It's 25.5 for points today. He only played once against the Heat this season, and he was held to 14 points. I think they hold him again in this game tonight.
I like the Heat first quarter and gave it out on my 7 free picks in just 5 minutes. I switched the 7 free picks in just 5 minutes to a recorded version. I just don't think that doing it live, I don't have time to answer the questions and everything anyway. So it just makes it easier for me, and it's probably a better show without me getting frustrated, with trolls or whatever the case may be. It's a cleaner show. So I'm gonna do them recorded from now on, and maybe I'll even try to do them the night before if I can. Just get them out there. 7 free picks. Takes me about 5 minutes. Go to second game here, and this one is I think a little bit more interesting than the first game. Got Dallas against the Suns. Dallas, definitely a transformation year for them. Definitely a step to the next level. They get rid of Porzingis, they get maybe even better. Porzingis was hurt a lot. They kind of banked on him a lot, and they got rid of him, and they became better over the course of the season. Dallas has become a lot better defensive team than we saw, and a lot better defensive teams than we've seen from Dallas. And Dallas really hasn't been very good since the year they won the championship. And it was a long time ago at this point when they beat the Heat. But, I like the way the Mavs are playing. And I think we're starting to see some of these guys for the Mavericks, at least in the last series, break onto the scene. Like we saw yesterday for the Grizzlies, right? That it wasn't just, it wasn't just Ja Morant anymore. We saw a flurry of 3-pointers, and it was like everybody else was, hey, we're on this team too. It was crazy, right? It was like,
well, Terry Poole of the Warriors, she was a real pain.
But Poole has had those numbers all season long. I mean, that's the whole thing. Is like if you look at the betting tools, which I do, and I beat it into the ground, of course. That if you look at the betting tools, there's that points, rebounds, and assists on Poole is always one of the highest numbers on the board, always. And it's always, he always hits like 80, 90, 100% on them too. It's like he's been that way all season, so there was not as big a surprise for the Grizzlies. Jackson was off the chain. He was 6 of 9 from beyond the arc, and I'll tell you what, it seemed like he was 20 of 20 at one point, right when they were just trading him back and forth. Man,
he has an odd looking shot, but it goes in.
It whatever it takes, whatever it takes. But we look at this one, and the Mavs, like I said, have really stepped up the defense. The Suns have stepped up the defense, and while teams score on the Mavs, man, they sure make it tough to do so. Like you look at the numbers here, and while the Suns allow the second most points in the NBA, it's the Mavs are the third best in shooting percentage against, fifth best in defending beyond the arc, and these are. Actually, it's Dallas that is the second-ranked defense. Phoenix is ranked 9th. And they both allow 34% from beyond the arc. They make it tough, And Phoenix slightly better at the free throws and hitting threes. I mean, they were the best team in the NBA this year. They had the best record. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to take number 1 capper, Al Ninos' favorite guy, to go over 10.5 assists. Chris Paul, I like that one. And then Jalen Brunson over 20.5 for the Mavericks as far as points go.
So 19.5 if you shop it.
Well, my FanDuel had 20.5. I'm going to have to go check the other books out.
Bet Rivers,
right.
19.5.
Write that down.
Right on the betting tools. All you got to is click on it. Take you right there.
Shoot, I almost spilled my... Got excited there for a minute.
Click on it. If you click on it from the betting tools, not only do you get it, you get a $250 deposit match.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So
I think Brunson gets 24 tonight, so we'll see.
I think he gets 22.5. It's that half point.
That half point there.
Yes.
We know
I'm excited for this game.
Ninos is rooting for Chris Paul tonight, I'm sure. His favorite player.
Yeah, I think this should be a good game. I'm going to ride the under. I think we've got a solid defensive game. Like Mitch, you were saying, both defenses have really been playing solid, and I lean on the Suns. I don't have a premium in this one at all. I do lean on the Suns to come out and get the win and cover here. I just look at what they've done this season against the Dallas Mavericks. I know the Mavericks are playing better, but they have won, I think it was 3 games this season, all by more than those 5.5 points, by 6. So I'll lean on the Suns here just to get a nice big win to open the series. I don't know if they take it, though.
I think the Mavs have a solid chance to win this game outright. I've been riding them all season and going to ride them again here. So it's my story. I'm sticking to it. Have Luka. We'll travel. This guy just seems to find a way. Suns seem to be playing the worst basketball this season, which, I mean, considering how hot they were and how good they have it, their worst is still better than most of the other teams' best. But, it is what it is.
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a battle.
It is
absolute battle.
It is going to be a battle. Brian, what are you selling today?
I got my Monday night money shot 3-pack. It's my best NHL bet, my best NBA bet, my best Major League Baseball bet for $50 at pickdogs.com premium picks. Love these 3 plays today.
Joe?
Yeah, I have a 3-pack too. One in the NHL, one in the NBA, and one in the MLB. So you guys head on over and grab it over at pickdogs.com. Or join the VIP premium. I'll be giving away one of those.
I got to say, Joe has hit 12 straight premium plays. He's absolutely on fire. So you guys, this is the time to jump on a handicapper right when they're getting hot. So jump on Joe right now, please. I mean, I'm telling you.
Pile on, Joe. Pile on.
Oh, man, these winning streaks stress me out. We're going to get it again today, though. Go again. Let's do this. What do you got, Mitch?
I got a 3-pack, just 2 Major League Baseball, 1 NBA. I really struggled with today's Major League Baseball card, at least when I put my picks in last night. I'll scan it again this morning. I don't have a lot of time in the mornings. Like, I'm actually want to add a show in the morning, so I'm going to try and figure this all out, or another video. So I'm going to record my 7 free picks is going to be recorded. I hear like a buzzing or something. There's like, I think it's your fan,
Let
Brian.
me mute myself. I'll see if it's me.
It's Brian.
I was on mute, so I don't know.
No, it's Joe. Yep, there. Nope. She's muted. It's not her. I don't know what it is.
Huh.
Maybe it's me.
Maybe.
Maybe whoever just muted.
It is me. It is me.
Weird.
Well, now it's gone. All right. No problem. Problem fixed. Anyways,
It's that fly. It probably is that fly.
that fly.
Twice it's tried to attack me.
Damn fly.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's go to Major League Baseball. I know we don't cover NHL on this show, but I'm on Tampa Bay Lightning. Large and in charge. I'm taking them every single game against. I'm going to bet against the Maple Leafs every single game. $200. Money line, $200 puck line. Every single game. We'll see where I land. Seems to be a super safe bet. I know nothing about hockey, but it seems like $400 well spent.
Yeah, the Maple Leafs always fail.
This could be
a
the
shocker
year.
if they pull it off.
I don't know.
It'd be a shocker if they pulled it off, especially for Toronto fans. But I could see the cup coming to Canada.
And they definitely have a good crack at it.
Yeah.
Steven Matz against Zach Greinke. And as the Cardinals take on the Royals. We got some makeup games here. Cardinals, Royals, White Sox, Angels, and the Marlins and the Diamondbacks, two of the hotter teams this past week, going at it. Brian, any of these 3 beauties?
Well, the good thing about only having one premium pick in baseball, it means I can just give out tons of free picks. And it might be a sucker play, but I'm going to take the Kansas City Royals and Zach Greinke. It just seems too good to be true, getting plus money with a solid veteran pitcher against Steven Matz. It just doesn't make sense to me. I know the Royals are playing crappy baseball, but that's too much of a value for me to pass up. And then I'm going to take the Chicago White Sox again today with Dylan Cease. I think he's right there, and maybe the second best starter for the White Sox, and against Pablo Sandoval, who's had a great start to the year. I'm going to lay the juice here with the White Sox, who've been awful. I think people will be humping up on the Angels too much today. And then we included the Arizona Diamondbacks, right? Marlins, 2 of my favorite teams going at it, 2 of my favorite pitchers. Pablo Lopez, absolutely spectacular. But I think
the handicapper or the pitcher?
They're both tremendous value. But in this spot, I'm going to take Zach Gallen and the Arizona Diamondbacks plus money, or just the lead. It's really it's one of those memes where you get the button for each guy. You don't know who to press. I think the value's there with Gallen and the way Diamondbacks are playing. I'll take a crack at him.
What's the over-under on my usage of the Pablo Lopez bit?
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. Whatever number you set it at.
Way over. It's way over.
How many times will we see Pablo Lopez as long as he stays healthy up this year? Take it over.
Yes.
In this one, I really think we have an under game. When we look at Lopez and Gallen, they're both just playing so strong. Both these teams playing strong as well. I know the number of 7 is so low, but I think this one stays under the total. 4-1 in their last 5 meetings to that under. And the Marlins coming in here, 4-1 to the under in their last 5 overall. And the same in the first game of a series, trending nicely to that under, 5-1 in their last 6. So give me the under there. Give me the LA Angels to come out against the White Sox here. They've just been so strong overall, going 7-1 in their last 8. I think we have a lower scoring one in this one too. It trends nicely to that under 15-22 in the last, or 15-7, sorry, in the last 22 meetings in Chicago. I think 7.5 is a bit high for these two pitchers. And then I think we have a higher scoring one between the Kansas City Royals and St. Louis. I'm going to take the over 7 in this. Both these pitchers have shown a little bit of struggles. We have Matt's coming in here with a 6.11 ERA. He's only pitched 17.2 innings. So I could see both of them hitting off nicely against each other and going over the 7. That's a good one.
Well, that's him. that is Pablo Lopez saying it. I don't know. I guess I'll have to buy your package and find out.
That's hilarious.
Yes. Pablo Lopez. That would be Pablo Lopez squared. Times 2. I like the Royals on the run line here against the Cardinals. All right, so now it's definitely not me because I just muted myself.
I'll mute myself until it's my turn.
It's not you. I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's definitely coming from one of you two because when I do this, it goes down. All right. I like the White Sox here against the Angels. The White Sox have been straight trash, and I've been betting against them. I even gave them out a premium on the Angels yesterday with Lorenzen against them. That's how bad things have gotten. But I think today's the day. I like teams that finish a game strong the day before. This is one of the Mitch angles. Teams that finish the game strong the night before, the day before, generally come out the next day and ride that momentum early again. They just continue to say like, "Oh, we just missed. Let's get them early. Let's get started earlier this time." And it's like, so I'm going to take the White Sox here against the Angels. And Lopez and Gallen, these are both my guys. I'm not touching this thing with a 10-foot pole. I don't like the under. I like the over slightly in that one. 6.5 is just not enough runs to play with when you have a bullpen like the Diamondbacks do. I think both of these guys are good, but they're not 0.0 Blutarsky ERAs. I mean, Gallen's about a 3 career. Lopez is about the same. And then you get into the bullpen, and, seeing eye single, one hanging curveball, and, it's too little to work with there for me. So not with these guys. It's not like it's Jacob deGrom against, Bob Gibson or something, It's Pablo Lopez and Zach Gallen. They were two good guys. I like them both. Two guys that, if they weren't pitching against each other, I'd be betting on both of them. We move to Baltimore, where the Orioles are taking on the Twins. Orioles, they're being the Orioles. 8-14 on the season. The Twinkies 13-9. Really got out of the gate strong yesterday against Tampa Bay. Just beat them to a pulp. That's what you call beating to a pulp. That's exactly what they did to them. You got the Toronto Blue Jays against the Yankees. I got an interesting angle on this one, and probably a different take than what a lot of people see. And then the Mets and the Braves. This is another interesting one, I think, as well, with Bassett taking on Fried. Fried, a notoriously slow starter to the season, and Bassett got off to the really hot start. Then he got touched up, and then last time kind of followed up with a really nice start. So be interesting to see how he comes out of it for this one. But once again, another one of these ones that, boy, you'd think the White Sox wish they would have hung on to him. 16th round draft choice by the White Sox, Chris Bassett. Maybe that's why they hit him in the head last year. Brian, what do you think?
No, I'm going to do the Orioles have been hurting me from time to time here. They might hurt me today, but I'm going to lean towards them because I don't really think that Chris Paddock should be laying minus 150 or so. That seems kind of high. Wells has been pretty bad for the Orioles, but I think they got a chance. I think the better bet of the grouping is probably Toronto Blue Jays paying no juice at home. I'm not a big Stripling fan, but I think this is a circle series for the Blue Jays and one that they need to win. Yankees probably have all the hot team humpers all over them today. I'm going to take Toronto at home.
Joe?
Yeah, I think this Yankees-Toronto game is going to be one of the hardest on the board to call here between these two teams. Both teams do well against the pitchers that are up. We look at the Jays, so strong against left-handed starters, and the Yankees so strong against right-handed starters. I think we have a battle. I've got a premium on this, so I'm going to stay off that. But I'm looking at the New York Mets to come out, get a win over the Braves here. I think we've got a lower scoring one. I wish I got this at 7. It's now down to 6.5. But I think Max Fried will come out nice and strong for the Braves as well. And Chris Bassett, we know he's strong. So give me the under 6.5. I think we've got a 3-2 game in this one with the Mets. Maybe, possibly. I really hope pulling off the win here.
I think if this was a college football game, this Yankees Blue Jays, I think that I think people would be talking about they wouldn't, because it's the Yankees, they would get the Notre Dame treatment anyway. And I think that's what they're getting in the press here as well. But I think when you look at this, the Yankees, and yeah, they've won 9 games in a row. Congratulations. And these teams played already earlier this season. The Blue Jays whipped their ass in the Yankees team. They won 2 of 3, but the Manoah game was epic. The 2 wins that Toronto had against the Yankees couldn't even get a bat on the ball. So the Yankees played Boston to start the season and the Blue Jays to start the season, and they were about 500, at that time. And since then, okay, so this Yankees great run, okay, here's the schedule, okay. 3 at Baltimore, 3 at Detroit, 3 at home against the Guardians, 3 at home against the Orioles, 3 on the road at Kansas City. Okay, so that's basically the bulk of this run has been 6 games against the Orioles, 3 against the Tigers, 3 against the Guardians, and 3 at Kansas City. When you look at the other side of this equation, right? And you look at the Jays, who, I'm no fan of either of these teams, right? I mean, fake money, all that other stuff. The chocolate's so much better than ours. How do you eat that stuff?
Go Blue Jays.
Anyways, they beat the Rangers in the opening series. Then they played the Yankees. They split at the stadium, actually, in that series. Then they beat Oakland. Then they played the Red Sox, the Astros, the Red Sox, and the Astros have been their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games in a row against the Red Sox or the Astros. Who is a tougher competition? How are we comparing the Royals, the Orioles, and the Tigers? As much as we like to bet on the Tigers because, we can make money there. And as much as we like to bet on the Orioles because we can make money there. And, the Royals, if there's a spot, we might even bet on them too. But how could you even compare playing the Red Sox and the Astros for 13 consecutive games to playing, the Astros playoff team, Red Sox playoff team, right? To playing the Royals, the Orioles, 2 series, and the Detroit Tigers. Brian, you play those teams all the time. So, you tell me.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a better case for the Toronto Blue Jays. You're getting a great price for a team that's played harder competition there at home in a circle series. So I think Toronto's a strong play.
1, 4, 2, 6, 2, 6, 3, 7, 3, 7, 4, 8, 4, 9, 4 in those 13 games against the Red Sox and Astros for Toronto. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You can't compare them. I just did. I just did. I just did.
You did it.
It happened. Right on this show. Not only can I did. But I will say this about those two things. Apples and oranges. I mean, you look at the Astros and the Red Sox playing those teams. I mean, basically playoff teams, for 2 weeks. And then the other guys playing the Orioles and, I don't know. But if it's, it's the Yankees. So it's like the Yankees have won 9 in a row. So what if it was, the worst teams in baseball? You look at the Major League Baseball draft and it's like, well, those are the teams that have been drafted on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I like to report the fly is dead.
Oh, I think Bruce is saying I misconstrued the comment. He's saying you can't compare, meaning like he agreed with me. I don't know. Generally, Bruce agrees with me, so we'll just take it that he does. Whether he does or doesn't, we will take it that he does.
Morning, Bruce. I don't see that comment, so it must be on a different
sports chat.
platform.
Could be on the sports chat
Okay.
channel. Could be on the sports chat. Yeah, that noise is definitely coming from one of you two, because when I slide this, it goes away. And this is your line.
Okay, then I'll mute myself till it's my turn to talk, and when I start
I don't know if
talking,
it's.
realize
I think it's Brian.
I think he's muted right
I
now.
sit here on mute when I'm not talking. So
Really? Now, well, who's muted now? Who did that? Who just muted and unmuted?
I muted and now wait.
There's a mute now.
I'm muting now.
It's you.
Huh.
All right. Confirmed.
That's weird.
Yes. You know how it is here at Pick Dogs. We don't win as a team, lose as a team. Something goes wrong, we point fingers, we assign blame, and we move on.
Yeah, absolutely how it works.
Oh, definitely. I am a name caller. We know that. You're a name caller. Look here. then I throw in another name. Usually at that point, right? Wow, we're actually getting some good viewership now on Sports Shot. Paying more
Awesome. Hi to everyone over at Sports Chat.
I should be paying more attention to this. Wow. Not tons, but it's definitely picking up over there. All right.
Good to see.
Good to see. Anyways, that's all I have to say about the Yankees and the Blue Jays. The other two games in that slot, Max Fried is a notoriously slow starter. But I don't know. Bassett's not, and so are the Braves. So, but I don't know. I think that's a good one to not bet. If anything, I guess you got to take the Mets on the cheap here at minus 115. But they did play last night. And I don't know. Chris Paddock looks to just be a different guy than the guy that we've been losing all that money on or winning all the money betting against. Anyways, Astros up against the Mariners and the Oakland A's or Athletics, whatever one floats your boat.
Which one floats your boat, Mitch?
I always say A's, but I know Athletics is what a lot of people call them. Those people know nothing about nothing. Brian, what do you call them?
I'm going to go here with the Oakland Athletics, just because you like the A's.
Athletics.
We're starting Monday off like this. Hey, guys.
It's Monday. I'll take the opposite, just to be difficult.
It would be difficult today. That's always awesome.
Anyways, Astros up against Seattle. Seattle, this is an interesting one, too. The interesting thing here is that Marco Gonzalez pitched against Houston already this season and just absolutely tamed them. 4 hits, 1 run over 7 innings. Just crushed them. That's the only good outing he's had. Other than that, he's been just blistered. And then, this is the best This is the best of the betting tools for today. This is my favorite one on all the streaks page, which you guys know I love my streaks page over at the betting tools. I'm going to show you guys this one. Joe, did you see this one? I know Joe.
I didn't.
Joe reads the streaks. All right, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm not even going to say what it is. This way, everyone will have to watch. All right, on your marks, get set.
We're a couple seconds behind here, watching on YouTube. So I'm
well.
waiting. I'm excited to see it. Can't wait to see it. Oh, wow. That is quite the trend there.
There it is.
Great one, Mitch.
Pretty good trend there for the betting
18
tools.
in a row.
Yeah, Joe, we weren't going to mention it, but since you did, it's okay. There you saw it. The Oakland A's have covered 18 in a row on the run line versus the Tampa Bay Rays as home underdogs.
Wow.
Brian will say, well, that streak's made to be broken. He'll ride it to 27. He'll ride that thing to 27.
What point do you guys get on and off streaks? Like if you're on a streak, do you keep riding it until it goes, or do you get off before it falls off?
I get off that one when I see it on Twitter.
Okay.
I get off them when I see them on Twitter. That's when I get off them. When I hear people talking about things like that, when I see an ESPN story about it, anything like that, then it's time to go. And the time to get on it is Brian is usually fairly good about that. He's usually, if anything, a little early. But he's usually pretty close. He has the right idea. It's kind of like when it's possible they're going to run. He always is like, when it's possible they're going to run the ESPN story.
Been wrong about the Cincinnati Reds, though.
Oh, dead wrong.
Kill him.
Maybe I'll tweet this out before anyone else can.
There you go.
Just do it right here while I'm doing the show. I'll create a Twitter thing, a little meme, as they call them. Yeah, I'll give it the full Monty treatment here.
Awesome.
Yeah, why not? But I thought that was an really interesting trend, and also that Gonzalez revenge factor. What do you think about these, Brian? Gonna try and crack that A's trend?
I think the betting tools stole my pick today because I had the Oakland A's plus 1.5. I think it's a one-run game. It's a long plane flight, isn't it, from Tampa Bay to Oakland? And Dalton Jeffries on the mound for Oakland. A's haven't done too well lately. Losers, I think, are 3 straight. Rays just got their butts kicked yesterday. I think it's a one-run game, so I'm going to take that run line with the Oakland Athletics.
Joe?
Yeah, the only game I'm liking in these two is probably the Seattle and Houston game. And I know these two teams trend so nicely to the over, but I think we've got a lower scoring one under this 8.5. We have Seattle traveling last night from Miami, Houston traveling from Toronto. I think these teams are going to be tired, and I think we're going to not see the bats and the balls flying tonight. So give me the under 8.5.
Look out for flying balls.
What about you, Mitch? Well, you like Oakland?
I like Oakland on the run line. Like I said, I like a good revenge match for in the other one. You know, I think Gonzalez really made Houston look bad. Also, my favorite angle about that game is that my favorite angle about the Houston game against the Mariners, besides the Mariners being super square, is that Jose Altuve is back for the Astros tonight, and he kind of is that straw that serves the drink for them. He is kind of that guy, and it's like he's been out and he's been missed, and you know, while he's the guy that if he's on your team you love him, if he's not on your team you hate him. He's Ulf Samuelson. Right, that's who he is. That's what my hockey friends in Boston, when I lived in Boston and New York, That's the way they always described Ulf Samuelsson. Like when Ulf Samuelsson got traded to the Rangers. Hey, what's up with this Ulf Samuelsson? He's the type of guy that if he's on your team, you love him. But if he's on someone else's team, you hate his guts. And it's like, right? These are those guys. So it's not like, Derek Jeter where everybody loves him, right? It's... Anyways. But that's my take there on that game. We're through the schedule. Anything else?
Yeah, I got a parlay here. Oakland A's +1.5. Then I parlayed that up with the Toronto Blue Jays and the 76ers +7.5.
Sorry, I was muted and now my dog is going to start barking. So maybe I should do a dog parlay here. I'm going to take, but I'm not. I've got apologies. Mitch, do you want to go first and I'll make my dog quiet?
Sure. I'm going to go with the A's on the run line on spite alone. I'm going to take the A's on the run line. I like the over in the Marlins Diamondbacks, and I'll go with the White Sox. Oh, and Tampa Bay. Actually, we'll change it up. Tampa Bay Lightning money line, A's run line, and the White Sox. I love that one. We could even go. We'll stop there.
I'm going to do a 3-team under parlay in each of these games. I'm going to take the Astros and Seattle under. I'm going to take the Mets and the Braves under, and the LA Angels and the Chicago White Sox under the total.
All right. Is that it?
That's it from me. So I wish everyone a fantastic day. Make sure they head on over to Twitter and Instagram and follow our accounts over there as well. You're missing out if you don't, guys.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. We appreciate all of you. We'll try and fix this buzzing for tomorrow. And, of course, we'll try and act more professional tomorrow. Let's make it a winning day. Be sure to check out our premium picks over at the website. It's where you get our best bets every day. And then if you want to criticize us or whatever, well, that's the place to do it, not with our free picks. The free picks we just give out every day. When you give out as many free picks as we do, I mean, you saw we went through the entire card. It doesn't mean we love those games. It means that we like them. That's our opinion on them. But if you're looking for the ones we like the best, the ones I'm betting today for sure are my premiums. So check those out. And of course, going to try and act more professional tomorrow. Of course, if buying premium picks at those prices isn't for you, we have our YouTube premium, which is $50 a month. You get one pick from each of us every day. Or you can get our VIP, which is $100 a month. It's actually less than that. You get a free consensus report, which is actually $50 a month anyway, from our website. And then on top of that, you get 2 picks a day from each of us on the VIP show. One of them is one of the same premium picks that we're selling at the site. And then on top of that, you also get the premium show too. So you get 9 picks a day plus the consensus report. It's 270 picks a month plus the consensus report for less than $100. We can't do any better than that. That is Brian's idea. Anyways, this is the type of ideas that Brian did. This is like my ideas. My ideas. It's like Ron's rundown. Brian's idea. How about 270 picks for less than $100, and we'll throw in a free consensus report. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate it. Poverty is fun. Aloha. Have a great day.